Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We'll read from verse number 26. Rajju sarpavadaatmanam Jivam jnatva bhayam vahe Naham jiva paratmeti Jnatasche nirbhayo bhaved Atma vabhasayatteko बुद्ध्यादीनिन्द्रियाण्यपि दीपो घटादिवत् स्वात्मा जडैस्तैर्नावभास्यते स्वबोधे नान्यबोधेच्छा बोधरूपतयात्मनः न दीपस्यान्यदीपेच्छा यथा स्वात्मप्रकाशने निषिध्य निखलोपाधीन् नेति नेतीति वाक्यतः विद्यादैक्यं महावाक्यैः जीवात्मपरमात्मनोः Whenever we use any means of knowledge, we are definitely influenced by that means of knowledge. For example, if we are using our eyes to see the colors and forms, and if our eyes are having some problem, then in that case our knowledge will be influenced because of the limitation of that means of knowledge. Like for the first time when somebody gets the glasses, we are unable to see properly. So we take the paper in the hand and try to see different distances. The accommodation, the focal length adjustment of our eye muscles has become non-functional. Then what we do? Then the function of the eye muscles is handed over to the biceps. So whether you adjust your focal length by adjusting the bulge of your iris, or you adjust the place where the book is. So the instrument of knowledge influences the knowledge. See? Similarly, understanding. If somebody is extremely extrovert and objective in his pursuit, therefore many students who are very sincere, they are scientific minded and everything they like to objectively understand, and they fail. See? Few years before I was in England, and one person asked me this question: Swamiji, what is your opinion about the God particle? Now they cannot get out of that. Particles can happen to matter. God is not a matter. How can particles be there? And in the infinite, fractions are only imagined. They are not real. Like the north, east, west, south. Are they real? They are aupadhic. Because of the upadhi, they are called as north, east, west, south. But actually they are not. But whenever you are studying the scriptures objectively, then we start developing concept. See, like the concept, God is omniscient. Now why is he omniscient? Because we are having limited knowledge. So what is opposite of limited knowledge? Unlimited knowledge. We are ekadeshiya in one place. God is all pervading. Completely wrong understanding. God is not pervading in the whole space. The space is in the God. See? But this objectivity in pursuit keeps the truth away. Therefore, here the teacher says, Nishiddha nikhilopadhin. Give up all the upadhis. Upadhis are the instrument through which we gather knowledge. So we want to know the God through the eyes. Then what we'll do? We'll create a picture of poor God. See? And then what will be our God and what will be the God of a buffalo? See? Our God is, we have got 2 hands, he has got 4 hands. See? We require to buy a mobile phone for connecting with the people. They have got the Shankar. See? And our friends are out of the reach. His friends are not out of the reach. Go anywhere, he is there. In short, we try to picture the God according to we have understood ourselves. So what will be the God of the buffaloes? A white buffalo. The other day I received one very intelligent WhatsApp. On the back side of a truck, it was written, बुरी नजर वाले तेरा मुंह सफेद. Not color. Because they all are black. So, Nishiddha nikhilopadhin. All upadhis. Upadhis are the body, the sense organs, the organs of action, the mind, the intellect, and upadhi is I, the knower. When all these upadhis are nishiddha, reject them. Nishiddha nikhilopadhin. Then na iti vakyataha. See, the truth cannot be spoken of in terms of is. Arupam, avyayam. See, no form, no change, ashabdam. So what we know, that alone is the reference point. In one word, the unknown is indicated with reference to the known. See, do you know Gupta ji? Unknown. I don't know Gupta ji. You know Kapoor? Yes. This Gupta ji is his son-in-law. Then you come in contact with Gupta ji and he cheats you sufficiently. Thereafter, next time you want to know Gupta ji, I know him very well. Why? Aparokshanubhuti. Direct experience. You don't require Kapoor in between. But till such time, the Gupta ji is known, till then we require the reference. So do we know the truth? No. What we know? We know colors and forms. Very good. That which is without colors and forms is Paramatma. Oh. What oh? Get away from your eyes. Don't try to see Paramatma. See? This is the meaning of neti iti vakyataha, na iti. So whatever we know, reject all that. And what cannot be rejected, that thou art. Nishiddha nikhilopadhin, neti iti vakyataha. Then we come to the mind. Another upadhi. See? दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मुझे चश्मा लग गया है. Be very attentive. Don't struggle to see God. Let Him expressed through us. He is searching for an instrument through which to express. Poor God, he doesn't have the eyes. So let us lend our eyes to him. He doesn't have the speech. Let us give our instrument to him. He doesn't have hands. Let us give our hands to him. But how it can be done? When our hands stop working selfishly, when our mouth stops talking good about oneself and bad about others, when our eyes stop seeing the ugliness in the world, then we have emptied ourselves. And when we empty ourselves fully, completely, then he takes over. See friends, neti neti iti vakyatah. Nishidya nikalopadin neti neti iti vakyatah. Vidyat aikyam mahavakyaihi jivatma paramatmanoho. Then the Mahavakya, Tattvamasi, by that come to discover the identity between the Jiva and Paramatma, identity between the husband and the man. Now who is suffering? The husband. What is he? The man. So what sadhana this husband has to do to know that he is a man? See? Don't fight and argue with wife. How simple it is. Similarly, don't get involved and entangled in the relative world. Many of us have got this problem with reference to children. If you want to get rid of your children problem, I tell you simple technique. Children are born through us. They are not born to us. What we give to our children is only a already constructed condominium. But the one who is living in that body is not created by parents. We have the properties to rent it out. Now in that rental property, what type of customer will come? No, if you have to stay here, you should be Krishna Bhakta. You should not eat non-vegetarian. Then your property will remain without tenant for all the life. You have no control. But we start assuming that we can control everything. These are the basic things. Therefore, Vidya Daikyam Mahavakyahi, the Mahavakya is Tattvamasi, that thou art. Now understand this. Ocean can become the waves. But wave can never become the ocean. God can become the Jiva, but Jiva can never become the God. But when we want to become God and bless everybody with a snuff mudra, you are going the wrong way. See friends, all specialities dropped. Only being without becoming anything. So when a wave dissolves in the ocean, she doesn't become ocean. Then she is water, she was water, and she will continue to be water. In the same manner, we don't become God. We dissolve in the absolute. See friends, and what is absolute? Name dveshosti na priyaha, Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita. The ocean says, none of the waves are dear to me nor against them. If it's a tsunami, the ocean is not worried. Oh God, why this has come? No. If it is a small ripple, oh very good, cute. No. Be attentive. From the water's point of view, there is never any ocean, nor there any wave. From the water's point of view, there is neither the river nor a gutter. In short, this Jivatma Paramatmanoho Aikyam Vidyat, means change your standpoint in life. If we live in the relative standpoint, there is no solution to any problem in life. The moment you change the standpoint, everything is okay. Like we have to work in this world and we have to get our work done. So keep your relationship only with that working thing. After that, delete. Whether somebody is good or bad, how does it matter? काम हो रहा है ना, finish and finish now. Don't create relations in this world. See, friends. Otherwise, we get lost and then we suffer because of that. So, Nishiddha Nikhilo Padin, give up all the conditioning through which we are functioning. Neti Neti Di Vakyataha, I cannot be the body. And don't have that parroting. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. I am not the, nothing is going to happen. What is the meaning I am not the body? Work on this. See, once I was in Uttar Kashi, many years before. And that time parroting. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. I am not the body. And that time the dam was not there. So Ganges used to flow in full glow like here. And then with that mantra, I am not the body, I am not the mind. And in that cold water I entered. And I realized I am not the body. It was so cold. See, friends, that is not the meaning. I am not the body. What is the burden or the load of this knowledge? If I am not the body, I am not a man or woman. I am not rich or poor. This world is not real. Desires cannot be about the illusory world. In short, I am not the body means the burden of possessions and relation is undone. Are we not experiencing this in the deep sleep? In deep sleep, our experience is I am not the body. Therefore, I have no possessions, I have no relations. And when these two things are dropped, what is our experience? Happiness. And how do we know we are happy in deep sleep? Because of the sound. Therefore, they call it sound sleep. A sleep that produces sound is sound sleep. They are all the social workers. Sound for the society and sleep for themselves. Sarva bhuta hite rata. Vidya daikyam mahavakyahi paramatma jivatma paramatmano. So when we are giving up the conditioning, not only mechanically I am not the body, etc., but the impact of that should be reflected in our life. Like many of us go to satsanga very regularly, but our individual life is concerned disgusting. Such people bring bad name to satsanga. They say, मुंह में राम बगल में छुरी. They say. See, friends, it is a responsibility to be a satsangi. It is not a fashion. If somebody is inspired by our lifestyle and then they come to know that he is a student of such and such subject, then he or she will be inspired. But if our life is like this, going every day to satsanga, but as regard the home is always on fire. No. See, we have to recognize this meaning of the Nishidha Nikhilo Padin. Now after this body identification is taken care of, then we come to the sense organs. Are we slaves of our sense organs? And of all the sense organs, try only with one. And that is our tongue, which is two in one. In our Bhimpura camp in Gujarat, on the banks of Narmada Ji, we have every year camp. And it is a place of Ananda Mahima. Very beautiful place. And when we all sit together for taking food, together we chant, everybody. They start with that Anandamayi Mata ki jai, Anandeshwar Mahadeva ki jai, about a dozen Jayakaras. And at the end, that person says, Aaj ka bhojan. Then everybody says, Bahut acha hai, without eating. Now you start eating. ये खराब है, अभी तो कहा था अच्छा है. Control the choices of food in your life. One of the very important spiritual practice. See? Enjoy. But don't suffer because something is there or something is not there. Like I told you, Bengan I don't like. Yesterday, Bhagwan came. See? So I did not eat it at all. Otherwise he will come and again put it there. So at the last only, when he is not coming, over. Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmarpanam. See friends. So, Nishiddha Nikhilopadin, we have to control our tongue as regards tasting is concerned. And also as regards talking is concerned. It's two in one. Who asks you? How many things we keep on talking unnecessarily. And in that talking, if you observe this, when we talk to others, we talk about our past. And when we talk to ourselves, we talk about our future. The net result is, we are never in the present. See? So, Nishiddha Nikhilopadhin. Then we come to the mind. Give up the conditioning of the mind. Don't become emotional. See? Emotions are the ornament on human personality. But emotionalism, if you don't do this thing, I will not take food. Who cares? Don't take. If you don't listen to me, I will commit suicide. Thank God. Such dumb people, they are a problem for the whole family, for the whole society. See, those who think about committing suicide and those who want to live long, both of them are victims of body identification. If you commit suicide, in the next life you will be born as a booth. See, and you will continue to suffer. Here you are suffering with body, there you will suffer bodiless suffering. But suffering will not go. Mana, the mind, then the intellect. Nishiddha Nikhilopadhin. How to reject the intellect? Vado na avalambyaha. Do not get lost in argument and logic. See? Because that strengthens our wrong notion. And the simple mathematics is, if we lose the argument, we are the loser. If we win the argument, but we lose a friend, now decide what is worth losing. Therefore, Nishiddha Nikhilopadhin Neti Neti iti Vakyataha. Then slowly we will unburden the conditioning through which we are expressing, and then we will be able to focus our awareness on our own being. Continuing further, Avidyakam Shariradi Drishyam Buddha Buddhaksharam Etad Vilakshanam Vidyat Aham Brahmeti Nirmalam. Avidyakam Shariradi, starting from the causal body, Avidyakam Shariram, up to the gross body, Idam Drishyam, the whole objective world is Buddha Aksharam, like the bubbles. See? Constantly ksharam, constantly changing. Now this one applies subjectively. Our body is constantly changing. Our faculties are constantly changing. Our values are changing. Our priorities are changing. Everything is changing. But we remain ever the same. And therefore that which changes cannot be the real one. So avidyakam shariraji drishyam. So what is the drishyam? The waking world with the waker, waking world and waking experiences. The dreamer and the dream world and the dream experiences. The deep sleeper and the deep sleep world of absence and experiences. And the samadhi beginning and end. All of them are constantly changing, but the substratum remains ever the same. How do we know we are practicing this? देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Then we have given up the value of reality to this world. When we see the mirage, do we start thinking and discussing that this mirage waters can be harvested? What will be the chemical composition? No, we know it is mirage. So we see, we hear, but we don't talk. In the same manner, when we take this world as an illusion, now be attentive. What is the meaning of illusion? This mic is existence. The second mic is existence. In between, there is neither this mic nor that mic. Then I am there. So as regards existence is concerned, object number one exists, object number two exists, and in between, I, who established the existence of these two objects, also exists. So on one existence, these are the three conditioning superimposed. Object number one, object number two, and the knower of the two objects. All the three of them are supported by the same existence. And existence is not gender bias. It has nothing to do whether sentient or inert. But this example doesn't click us because of the examples given. Like in all the ornaments, it is the gold only common. So material cause of all the ornaments is gold. Material cause of all the pots is the clay. In the same manner, material cause of the whole world is Brahman. Then the question comes, whole Brahman, the whole world, that means the world is inert as well as sentient, Jada Chetan. How can the same Brahman be both Jada, the inert, and Chetan, the sentient? How it is possible? And we are unable to digest that. Only because our attention is on Jada Chetan. Jada Chetan, inert and the sentient, is the expression of the conditioning, not what he is expressing. Like the example I gave you, like electricity, stagnant in the bulb and moving in the fan. So are these two types of electricities? The differences are on account of the conditioning. So in one condition, the existence can express only as existence, but in the sentient being, the existence can express both as sentiency and inertness. Thus, there is one reality. This is what is called in Vedanta the simultaneously material and efficient cause of the world. Material cause, matter of which the world is made, and efficient cause who made the world. Thus we are simultaneously existence and knowledge, but the mic is only existence. Why not knowledge? Because of the conditioning of the instrument. In this manner, avidyakam shariradi drishyam buddhabuddvatksharam etad vilakshanam vidyan aham brahmeti nirmalam. So then how do we know this mic I am not, this mic I am not, but still I am? Therefore I know my being. And therefore we told, where knowing and being merges, that is the experience aham brahmasmi. And this knowing and being can merge only if the instrument of knowledge are not involved. If the instrument of knowledge is involved, eyes, then we will try to see God. If instrument of knowledge is the ears, then we will try to hear the flute. See friends, that experience which does not involve any instrument of knowledge, that is mentioned here, etad vilakshanam vidyat brahmeti nirmalam. This is the ultimate truth. Continuing further, dehanyatvan me janma jarakarshalayaadayaha shabdadi vishayai sangaha nirindriyatayanacha. Now dehat anyatvat name janma. I being other than the body, I am not born. Now this is the most important thing which we are refusing to accept. This I learnt in a hospital, in a maternity home. One of my friend, his wife delivered, but he had some argument with the nurse, and she told, if you come inside, I'll call police. It was 2 o'clock at night, and he was very anxious to know what happened. So he called me, Swamiji, please come. There is a problem here in the hospital. So I had to go. And then he told me the whole story. She refuses me to enter and see my wife and the child. You try something. So I went and talked to that nurse. I knew her language. And then he said, I'll allow you, not him. I said, that is his baby, I am not interested. No, I'll not allow him. He is a very bad person. Maybe your friend. So my friend said, okay, Swamiji, go and see at least. I went inside and everything was done. And then I became friendly with that nurse and I asked her. I said, hey, this is off the record, okay? The topic is over. Then you tell me, when you people write the time of birth, how do you write? When the tail comes, then the time of birth. Or the head comes, that's the time of birth. And it is not only one lady delivering, there are a dozen of them. So are you staying with the clock then? How do you know time of birth? And you will see in all the patrikas, time of birth is never a round figure, like Bhagwan Ram and Bhagwan Krishna. Bhagwan Ram was born exactly at 12 o'clock. Bhagwan Krishna was born exactly at 12 o'clock. All of us are born at 11:59. थोड़ा लेट करते तो भगवान हो जाते. Then I asked her, I said, how come you decide exactly 7:27? How come? And then forgot, morning or evening? And that becomes our date of birth. Now see, the mother doesn't know exact date of birth. The child doesn't know exact date of birth or time. The nurse also doesn't know. And they tell something. And then my DOB is accepted. We have no experience of birth. Does it mean we started from non-existence? No. The body is imposed on us. Like the house is imposed on the sky. And therefore, sky is inside the house, outside the house. And because our attention is on the walls, we talk the language of inside, outside. But from the spaces point of view, there is nothing inside, outside. In the same manner, we are all born in Him. and He is ever existent. And because our attention is at the body, we talk about I am inside the body and you are outside the body. This is called a viparya. Unless we change this, that I am not in the body is in me. You don't have to discard the body. Think. The net result will be, we will be living no more as the body, but we will be living through the body. And the one who is living through the body is both inside as well as outside. In Vedanta it is called as Drushya Parichinna Chaitanya and the Drashta Parichinna Chaitanya. When they unite, then the experience happens. So when we have to frighten somebody, we use these terms. But the truth is this. Therefore, Dehat Anyatvad Name Janma, then Jara, old age, Karsha, the weakness, Laya, death, etc. I being other than the body, all the modifications of the body do not belong to me. Therefore, if you have heard, read Atmabodh, you have lost your right to die. Unless you are from Australia. You ask any Australian, when did you come to die? No, not for the purpose. They will not say today, they say to die. Therefore, after having studied Vedanta or Tattvabodh, you have lost your right to be dead. मरने भी नहीं देंगे. See friends, this is one of the biggest gift. We all suffer never because of death. We suffer because of the fear of death. And therefore the same question, after death what happens? People will be happy. Gaya. See friends, Deha Anyatvad Name Janma Jara Karshalayadaya Shabdadi Vishayehi Sangaha Nirindritaya Nacha. Now I being without any sense organs. So I do not come in contact with any object. Like I am talking. Nothing is happening. Because I have discarded the sense organ. You may keep talking. देखो सुनो समझो मत शब्दादय विषयी संगहा निरिंद्रितया निरिंद्रिया without any sense organs of action. Therefore all these worldly objects shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha, they have no existence for me. Now this is also very important thing. For a blind person, colors and forms have no meaning. For a deaf person, satsang has no meaning. See? Therefore, we are allowing the world to enter in us through these gateways of the sense organs. That is why on the first day we told you, pratyahar. Ahara means to eat. Pratyahara means not to eat. How not to eat? Keep our sense organs under perfect control. That is what the spiritual practice is. Shabdade Vishaya Sangaha Nirindritaya Nacha. Continuing further. Amanastvanna me dukkha Ragadvesha bhayadayaha Aprano yamana shubhraha Ityadi shruti shasanat. So first of all we have rejected the body. How we cannot be the faculties, body we rejected. Then we have rejected the sense organs. Now we are coming to the mind. Amanastvad name dukkha. I being without the mind, I do not become miserable. So, what is the seat of misery or happiness? Seat of misery or happiness is our mind. Therefore we told you, mind your mind. That is the real spiritual practice. Nothing happens to body. Everything happens only to the mind. In Bangalore, Narayan Hrudayalayam, my friend wanted to show me the open heart surgery. So we have changed all that tamasha. And when I went, the patient was lying there on the operation table and his chest was open, all machines were running. And my friend was explaining. I said, hey, finish quickly, mar jayega ye. He said, no, nothing will happen, don't worry. Is he not having pain? He said, no, he is under anesthesia. Meaning what? Mind is not allowed to enter. See, is it not our experience? When you have got a pain, you take a painkiller. So, that particular area is under chemical meditation. Suppose you have got something to be operated at the appendages, finger or the toes. They don't give total anesthesia. They give the local anesthesia. And then they cut and do whatever. You can watch that. You don't get pain. That time I had this notion that I am realized a great yogi. They are cutting my toe, but I am not getting the pain. I was so happy. I think I am getting realized. After half an hour, the pain started coming. And then again they had to give me some medicine. So during that half an hour of no pain, the mind was banned entry in that operated area. That day I discovered this truth. Every experience happens only in the mind. And the mind we never take care. Take care of your mind. The real spiritual practice is this. So, amanastvat. Now how do we take care of the mind? Name dukkha. So when the miseries come, they are landed in the mind. But you are not the mind. Then you cannot be miserable. Like when the toe was cut. Because the mind was not there, no misery. Disown the whims and fancy of the mind. The mind makes us miserable. Atmaiva atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmana. Our mind is our enemy, our mind is our friend. Don't pamper the mind. But constantly crying, give one heart, everything comes to down. And this we have trained ourselves. The children, we pamper so much. And all the time we want them to listen to us. Remember, we are all born independently. By accident, we are mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, and guru, shishya. By accident. Bhagavan Shankaracharya very clearly tells, Vishwam pashyati karya karanataya swaswami sambandataha shishyacharyataya tathaiva pitruputradhyatmana vedataha. The moment cause and effect is established, samsara is born. There is no cause, there is no effect. Cause and effect is an illusion. See, one father was scolding his digitally downloaded son. You know, in today's world, Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva. Who is the Pita? Google. Who is the Mata? Amazon. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva. Then how the child was born? Never born. He was downloaded. Now such a downloaded child was scolded by the father. I gave you birth and you behave like this with me? He said, Dad, enough is enough. Who told you you gave me birth? So the father started missing his heartbeats. Because we don't know what is coming out of digital alimony. He said, Dad, I gave you birth. When I was not born, who called you dad? So the father is because of the son, or the son is because of the father. And who is miserable? The son and the father. Both the men are happy. Understand this principle. Karya Karana Mithya. And I am not telling Bhagwan Shankaracharya. See, Vishwam Pashyati Karya Karanataya. The moment cause and effect is established, world is created. Then Swaswami Sambandataha. He is my boss, I am subordinate. She is my wife, I am husband. Shishya Acharya, Guru Shishya. The biggest anomaly. See, friends, get out of all these and be at peace with yourself. This is what it says. Amanastvat name rak name dukkha. Therefore, whenever we are miserable, we have chosen to be miserable. Then what Bhagwan can do? Tathastu. Send more miseries. And remember, we are all miserable by our choice, and we are all miserable because of ourselves. If you refuse to be miserable, even God cannot make you miserable. But if you cooperate, then even a neighbor can make you miserable. See? Name dukkham raga dvesha bhayadayaha. The second part on the mind is raga, the attachment. From the birth up to the age of 5, fondle, love your children. From the age of 6 to 13, discipline them. From 13 to 19, be friendly, inspire them. After that, behave properly with them. Don't carry the burden of your grown-up children. Therefore, yesterday I told you, when a child is born, it's only not a child. The mother, father, in-laws, outlaws, so many are born. Only the child grows, but the mother never grows. Beta khana khaya, अरे बुढ़ा हो गया ना. Grow out of these wrong notions. Raga and Dvesha. Raga and Dvesh, these are the worst enemy in our life. Our whole life is guided by Raga Dvesha. Desire is nothing but Raga Dvesha. If we are able to accept the world as it is, everybody cannot be the same. See? Raga Dvesha and the Bhaya, the fear. What cannot our enemy think about us? Our mind thinks. Suppose somebody was due to come 7 o'clock. It is 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And their mind will start thinking, why he is coming so late? I hope there is no accident. And these days the trucks also go. I hope the truck has not gone on his motorcycle and his motorcycle is smashed. And he is also, oh no, train. Mama, aa gaya. See, what even our enemy cannot think about us, our mind thinks. Therefore, amanastvad name dukkha raga dvesha bhayadayaha. Fear is only imagination of the mind. Apranaha, yamanaha, shubhraha, ityadi shruti shasanad. In Mundako Manusha this mantra comes. Apranaha, amana, shubhra. He amanaha, shubhraha. The truth is, without any of this conditioning of the Panchakoshas, iti shruti shasanad. Now this reality that we are talking about to be our essential nature is further elaborated in the 33rd verse. Etasmad jayate prano manas sarvendriyani cha kham vayur jyotirapaha prithvi vishwasya dharini. Etasmat paramatmanaha. From this Paramatma, from this Brahman, from the reality that we are. Remember this. Etasmat. Don't keep Paramatma far away from you. Etasmat jayate. This mantra comes from the Kaivalya Upanishad. etasmat jayate pranaha. See, Paramatma expresses in the body, first expression is Chetana or life. That falls in the purview of the Prakriti. In 13th chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Sanghatas Chetana Dhruti. The Prakriti or the matter includes Chetana. Chetana is not Paramatma. Chetana is the expression of Paramatma. The light in the bulb is not electricity. Light in the bulb is the expression of electricity. See, the first expression of Paramatma is Pranaha, etasma jayate Pranaha, life. Then after this Chetana or the life is born, then Manaha. Living as Chetana or Prana is going beyond the mind. The moment the Chetana or the life is degraded or evolved, it is called as mind. Now be attentive. Life-wise, we are all one. The expression of life is mind. Mind-wise also we are all one. But then what happens? That mind is expressing in a particular body, then that mind takes the shape of that body to be its own shape. And then the manifestation of the Chetana or the life as mind is reduced to, from the manifestation to the individuality. See, these points should be clear. So Paramatma expresses in certain conditions as life, life expresses as mind, and it is the mind which is keeping the functions of the body going on. Now this mind is common again. It is this mind which keeps the life going in the coma. But in coma, there is no individuality. And therefore a comatose person doesn't suffer. Those who are paying the bills, they suffer. Think clearly. Now once we come to this point, that as long as the body can express the mind, till then the body is alive. When this body fails to express the prana as a mind, then that body drops, dead. Like the bulb. Two bulbs. One there is a light, other there is no light. What is the reason? Behind a fuse bulb there is no electricity. No. Behind a fuse bulb also there is electricity. If it is there, why it is not showing light? In the living man there is Paramatma. In the dead person also there is Paramatma. If Paramatma is there, then why he is not talking to me? Okay, to understand this, behind the bulb which is with the light, there is electricity. Next to that another bulb, no electricity. Or no light. If there is no light, naturally there is no electricity. Now experience. You do experiment. Remove that fuse bulb and put your two fingers correctly. You will get realization. Oh, yahan bhi hai. So what is the difference? In the normal bulb, the electricity can manifest, express as light. In the fuse bulb, electricity is there, but cannot express or manifest as light. Exactly the same way, our body is like a bulb. When the ability of the body to express the consciousness as life fails, that doesn't mean consciousness is not there. Get this point across, friends. And now this mind which is expressed in the body, when adopts the shape of the body, what is called as the waker or waking experience. And after this waker is born, then Mano Pranaha, then Sarvendriyani cha. Now that mind is expressing through the holes called as the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas. And in this manner, out of one absolute reality, the whole expansion takes place. Urdhva moolam adashakam ashwatham prahuravayam. See? So, Paramatma expression as life, life expresses as mind, mind expresses as sense organs express as the objective world. Like this telescopic antenna. It is so small. You pull, it opens in a particular sequence. If it is a wire, it will get entangled. But if you have to collapse, put it, it goes the reverse way. Exactly the same way. Paramatma expressing as life, as mind, as sense organs, as the objects. So go back. Yached vang manasi pradnya tajyached jnana atmani mahatini yached tajyached shanti atmani, Kathopanishad tells. So first of all, withdraw from the objective pursuit, come back to yourself. Then withdraw from the individuality and merge in the manifestation. Vyakti, discard, come to the abhivyakti. And when we come to the abhivyakti, name dveshvasti na priya. Like the sense organs, for example, eyes, have no likes and dislikes for any color and form. Ears have no likes and dislikes for any sound. Mind doesn't have any likes and dislikes for any sense organ. The Chetana, the life, doesn't have any likes or dislikes for anything, whether it is the upper end or the lower end. The life is the same. And the pure consciousness doesn't matter whether it is a holy man or an unholy man, whether it is a human being or an animal. The consciousness is a common factor. This journey from the manifest to the unmanifest is the spiritual practice. And this will start happening if we are clear at every step. Otherwise we keep on doing tabla beti and get lost in that. So etasma jayate prano manas sarvendriyani cha, then kham vayur jyoti rapaha prithvi, then all the 5 great elements are created out of it. And Vishwasya Dharani Prithvi, and then on this earth the whole life is born. See friends, are we not doing the same thing every day? We discard all the objects, come to the sense organs, discard them, come to the mind, discard the mind, come to the eye, Vijnanamaya Kosha. Then eye also is dropped. And when the eye is dropped, the snoring begins. Then again, how do you begin? Moment the eye awakens, first of all, what is the time? Kala. Where I am? Desha. What I am? A satsangi. Oh God, फिर सत्संग को जाना. Samsara begins. Learn this every day. If these 2 times you can harvest how you go to sleep and how you come out of the sleep. 2 times. So when you go to sleep, you yourself recognize one day. First of all, we discard all the achievements and failures in the world. Then we come back to our home. Then there also we discard all the rooms, etc. Then we come to our room. Then there also we discard everything. Go below the quilt. And ultimately everything is discarded, and the one, be attentive, the one who was discarding, he is also discarded ultimately. The one who wanted to sleep, till he is there, I want to sleep, sleep will not begin. When that I who wanted to sleep, even when he is dropped, doesn't matter whether it is a satsanga or it is anything else. Therefore, those who sleep in satsanga, they have discarded their ego. See friends, and he who knows this, he will not get angry if somebody is sleeping in his satsanga. And he who doesn't know this, he will become angry. Utha usko. Why should I wake him up? Why is sleeping? You put him to sleep. Your lecture was anesthetic. See, friends, relax. Don't become serious in life. Continuing further in the 34th verse. Nirguno nishkriyo nityo Nirvikalpo niranjanaha Nirvikaro nirakaro Nityamuktosmi nirmalaha Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om